Hi, I'm Robin. I've been writing songs with my guitar for years now, and I've always dreamed of bringing those songs into life by producing them into full tracks. But here's the thing. Music production has always seemed like this overwhelming process that takes ages to master, with hundreds of buttons, plugins and rules that I don't seem to grasp. There's always the option of hiring a professional producer, but that can turn costly quickly. And even if I did, I would have no idea how to explain what I want. So, if I ever want to bring my ideas to life, I have to start learning. The best place to learn is YouTube, of course.
In a way where you can follow along with me every single step and make your
Like any beginner, the first question I got stuck on was, which software should I use? There are tons of videos on YouTube that provide solid advice and information. I chose Ableton mostly because I saw Ethan Davis's tutorials and I thought, hey, maybe I can follow along.
I mean, how hard can it be?
So, I jumped into Ableton and I just started creating something. I then added some chords. I don't know much about music theory since I'm a guitar player, but eventually I could come up with something that I liked. For lyrics, there are numerous of methods to try. My go-to is that I mumble some random nonsense until something clicks. Most of my songs have been created like that. Once I've written my lyrics, I was ready to record my vocals. I usually record in my bedroom, which isn't sound treated at all. Luckily, where there's a will, there is a way. As I listened back on the instrumental, I pictured myself outside, walking alone at 3 AM after it had just rained. Street lights and empty roads. That became the theme of my song. I was on a roll. Everything was going smoothly. It wouldn't be long before I got my first song ready. Or so I thought. To be honest, the song doesn't sound that good right now. I've recorded my vocals and I've tried to mix them, but somehow I can't get it to sound right. I don't know whether it's because of my lack of skill of mixing or whether it's because I don't really like the sound of my own voice. I also think the instrumental itself sounds a bit dull and repetitive, and I'm not sure whether I should do something about it. What I'm gonna do next is I'm going to re-record my vocals again so I can get a better take. I also think I'm gonna watch a few more tutorials about how to mix rap vocals specifically so I can get the hang of it. Hopefully it goes well. The harder I tried, the worse it got. Re-recording, rewriting, remixing, but nothing was working. I hate my song. Like, I've re-recorded everything. I've rewritten everything. I've mixed my vocals like 1,000 times. I've watched countless of tutorials and I just can't seem to get it right. Like, I have the understanding of how an EQ works or how a compressor works, and I'm following these tutorials to a T, and the end product that they get is something pleasant, while mine sounds something so horrible, I would be so ashamed to show it to the public. Like, I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I should just quit. The only thing I wanted to do was to give up on this song. So I stepped away. I needed a break. So it's been a day since my mental breakdown and I feel a bit calmer. The problem is, my expectations were way ahead of my skills. I wanted it to sound like the songs I hear on Spotify. I thought by maybe following tutorials I too could achieve that. But deep down, I knew that these things don't happen overnight. I just want to make things that I'm proud of. But right now, I wouldn't even listen to my own song. So what do? Do I stop making music and learn the skills so one day I can produce good songs? Or do I keep making songs even though they're not as good as I want them to be?
The simple fix for this mindset? You don't have to succeed at everything. But the compromise with this fix is that you have to make enough shitty stuff to find the turd with a diamond in it.
Huh. That actually makes sense. You see, I've been writing songs for nearly a decade. Most of them weren't good, but I can feel myself getting better. I allow myself to write bad songs on purpose so I can improve. So why should producing be any different? The best way I've learned in life is by doing. And when I do something, I don't want to do it halfway. So I made myself a deal that I'll finish this song to the best of my current abilities. And like whenever I fail at something, things don't go as planned, I usually tell myself, it's okay, just make the next one a bit better. There's this story in Atomic Habits about this photography class, where one group's grades were based on the quantity of their work, while the others were based on the quality of their work. And in the end, the best photos were taken by the group who took the most photos. Because to truly master something, you have to accept that you will make mistakes. So, instead of seeing this as a failed song, I could see it as one of the many stepping stones towards my goals. And I thought it might be cool if I post this song and then from a year from now we can look back to see how far I've come. Because since social media, I think we're used to seeing people's greatest work and not their worst ones. And if you want to follow along that journey, be sure to subscribe. My song was near complete. I just needed to add a little spice. So, I'm finally done. My first ever produced, mixed and mastered song is now ready. It's not perfect, but it's something. Honestly, finishing it feels so much better than if I just abandoned the whole song. At least now I can move on to the next one and try to make that a bit better. I'll play the song now, and I'll post the whole thing on SoundCloud. Remember, never let perfect be the enemy of good. See you on the next one. Been a while since the last time I spoke my mind. These late nights when nobody's really on my side is where I finally pour my mind like a glass of wine. As I feel this beat inside its heart of mine, I look back and the only thing I witnessed, a lost kid trying to find his way inside his business. Launched with the drive, now it pains him like a sickness. Burning out his fumes with no sunset in the distance, only stars in my vision. I'm lost in this universe, ambitions in my system. It's a blessing and a curse, like a prison. Don't know if this rap will be the life for me. I'm losing hope in the dark, need some light to see. Tonight the street I grew up feels so off to me. Back then when every screw up was part the odyssey, but now it seems destiny has given up on me, and all that's left is the lonely silence of the street. I feel I'm losing.